Hi, I'm Stephanie. I started using thinAir in October 2023. It was during a time in my life that was very emotionally challenging. thinAir was great for me because I felt that during and after the sessions I had a sense of calmness and positivity, and I also had real clarity of thought. So for my emotional well-being, thinAir really helps support me. In my job as a therapist, I'm aware that when people go through emotional trauma, that it affects them not only emotionally, mentally, but also physically. thinAir helps to reduce inflammation. So while I was sitting during the sessions, it was lovely to know that what I was doing was actually having a healing effect on my body as well in my mind. I could feel better emotionally, but I also knew that I was helping to reduce the inflammation in a way to support myself, so that was great.
My name's Joe. I'm a personal trainer at Glasgow Fitness. I've been doing thinAir for several months now. The key differences I've noticed since doing thinAir are my performance, recovery and how the two work together. Lung capacity in particular is a big one. There's a few instances where I've been slightly run down, not fully ill but slightly run down, and my immune system's been compromised, and I've still been able to train very effectively despite that. When you've got all the symptoms of being ill but your lungs are still able to function at full capacity, it kind of speaks for itself, the results of the machine. When I'm using thinAir, I'll usually go for 50-minute sessions at a time. I'll try and not program any hard sessions in that day, just because the thinAir sessions are quite a hard workout on your lungs in itself. If you are someone that's competing at any sort of level, running wise or high rocks, I can't see why you can't be making use of this machine. Anything that can improve your lung capacity in a big way is invaluable. I've definitely noticed a big difference in my own athletic performance. I can't recommend Tricia and the team at thinAir enough.
Hello, my name's Yvonne and I've been using the thinAir machine for over a year now. I had some arthritis in my hand, and I realised that the thinAir machine was very good for reducing inflammation, so I thought I would try it to get rid of the pain in my hand, and it actually worked. My husband had started using the thinAir machine. He was very sceptical about the machine. He's not a believer in anything like that, and the difference in him is quite staggering. I'm blown away by it, and it makes my life much better because he's better. He can now walk up a hill without stopping. He doesn't catch his breath. His sleep's better, doesn't snore anymore, which is just amazing. As a family, we're going to carry on doing the top-ups because it reduces inflammation and it gives us a better quality of life as we age.
Hi, my name's Sue Rolfe. I'm 76 years old and I have been retired for the last 16 years, spending a lot of time looking after my grandchildren. 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It came out of the blue. It was a bit of a shock. I've always been very active, done aerobics, ridden my horse, mucked him out and looked after him. So it was a big shock, really. As well with diabetes, I discovered that what was wrong with my feet was neuropathy. So my feet and my legs and my hands were all affected by this. It's a painful condition and it makes walking quite difficult at times. Several months ago, I discovered it was getting more and more difficult to walk, more and more painful to walk, especially with my left leg. Then thinAir came along. I discovered thinAir and I was able to start taking treatment with that, which has actually made an enormous difference. I was so pleased that that happened because I was just beginning to think about mobility scooters and how I was going to keep moving around if I couldn't walk. I'm starting to walk longer distances every day now. We can walk right round the lock behind my house. No, I don't think I'll need a mobility scooter at all in the foreseeable future. So that's quite an exciting thing to have happened. You know, if you're sceptical about this, the best thing you can do is try it, even if it's just for 15 sessions. And I wouldn't mind betting that actually you'll be quite surprised yourself. For me, it's changed my life, so yeah, thank you very much.
How does the machine work? Well, on a very simple level, the machine works by improving or delivering an optimum oxygen levels to your cells. Every cell in the human body requires an optimum oxygen level to enable your body to function. And every body, because we are unique, has its own optimum oxygen level. So there isn't a one size fits all. We can't say, do this and everybody will benefit. Inflammation is generally building up for everybody. It can occur in the brain, it can occur in the body. And with thinAir, what we do by increasing the blood circulation flowing through your blood vessels is that we're not giving your body the opportunity to build up inflammation, because there's the lovely oxygen-rich blood flowing through it. But for people who do have an inflammation build-up, we're clearing it out, and we're one of the few ways in which you can clear out the inflammation in the brain and the body. If your brain and if your body is free of inflammation, you'll be able to think better, you'll have clarity of thought, you will function better. Over the course of the 15 sessions, we gradually reduce the level of oxygen that you are breathing in, and in doing so, that sets off a chain reaction, a physiological reaction, which stimulates physiological benefits. And the tagline that I use is, it's 15 days to change your life.
The reason I bought a thinAir machine was for myself. I'm very into sports and constantly seeking new challenges. I absolutely love this machine, and for me, your health is your wealth. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to contact me, please phone Tricia on 077 604 12194 or email me at tricia@thorntonhallcryo.com, and I shall be delighted to tell you about this most wonderful machine. Thank you very much.